Welcome to AI Sports Predictor, where the game isn't just about goals and stats, it's about stories, rivalries, and fate. Today's journey begins in the cold, hard battleground of the ice. Game 1, Washington Capitals vs Utah Hockey Club. Let's dive deep. Let me start with a question. How do you stop a train with no brakes? You don't, you get out of the way. Washington, the leader of the East, is that train. They've lost only once this calendar year. Just one stumble while the rest of the league eats their dust. 10 points clear at the top, and let me tell you, the Capitals don't just win, they dominate. Spencer Carberry's got his team so locked in. They could probably win blindfolded. The overtime losses to Ottawa and Winnipeg were just hiccups, minor stumbles before they bounced back with 2 commanding wins. You know what that tells me? They've built a fortress, and nobody's getting through. Unless you've got a miracle or Wayne Gretzky in his prime. Speaking of Gretzky, Ovechkin is hunting him down like a man possessed. 15 goals left to break the record. And every game is a countdown. November's head-to-head, a 6-2 shellacking on Utah's home ice, with Ovi bagging a double before getting sidelined. But he's back now, stronger, hungrier. And Utah, the scrappy newcomer fighting for survival in the West. They're the underdogs, fighting tooth and nail to squeeze into the playoffs, but 6 points out of reach. Turini's got them motivated, no doubt. And their defense isn't bad. But motivation won't close the class gap. Their 2 recent overtime wins against Philly and Columbus were hard-earned. But you're not walking into Washington's house and taking what isn't yours. Let's talk goalkeepers. Logan Thompson, Washington's wall. He's been solid, only faltering once against Winnipeg with an 83.3% save rate. The rest of the time, he's a steel curtain. But tonight, Utah is turning to Connor Ingram between the pipes. His record stands at 9-7-4, with a 3.16 GAA and an 885 save percentage. Not exactly confidence-inspiring, is it? With numbers like that, you're gambling on a hot streak, not reliability. That's a risky move when you're up against a powerhouse like Washington. You see where this is going, right? The first matchup between these teams showed us the truth. Washington is simply a level above. It's like throwing a middleweight into the ring with a heavyweight champ. Utah's gonna fight, sure. They'll swing, they'll jab. But in the end, the punch they take will be the one that sends them down. And today's AI pick is Washington to win in regulation. Lock it in, folks. The Capitals will get it done clean, efficient, and merciless. Here's the thing about underdogs, they don't win by playing it safe. Utah's relying on Connor Ingram, a goaltender with a subpar save percentage, to stand tall against a Washington offense that smells blood. That's not just a mismatch, it's a recipe for disaster. Ovechkin, Strome, and Wilson won't need second chances when Ingram lets the rebounds bounce their way. By the end of this game, Washington will have proven once again that experience, firepower, and confidence aren't just words, they're weapons. Utah, take notes, you'll need them for next season. But tonight, this is Washington's moment, their ice, and their victory. Now, let's roll on to Game 2. We've arrived at the last game of today's journey, Game 2. Tampa Bay Lightning vs Montreal Canadiens. And let me tell you, this one's gonna be electric. So buckle up, folks. Tampa Bay is cruising through the season with an offense that's practically on fire. 3rd in goals per game, 10th in shots per game, and powered by none other than Nikita Kucherov with a jaw-dropping 79 points. They've hit 3 or more goals in 6 of their last 10 games. That's not an offense, it's a force of nature. But tonight, they're on the back end of a back-to-back. Fatigue could be a factor, but when you've got Vasilevsky between the pipes, you sleep a little easier. He's 2-3-1-5-3 with a 2.28 GAA and a 918 save percentage. Sure, backup goalie Jonas Johansson's stats are less glamorous, but he's not expected to start. Now let's flip over to Montreal. They've won both head-to-head matchups against Tampa this season. But let's not kid ourselves, the Canadiens have been a mixed bag. Their offense is inconsistent, scoring 3 or fewer goals in 8 of their last 10 games. Nick Suzuki leads with 52 points, while Cole Caulfield sits at 49. Decent numbers, but hardly enough to instill fear. Montreal's Achilles heel, defense. They're ranked 29th in goals against per game and 26th in shots against. Their goaltending situation? Let's break it down. Sam Montembeault holds an 1-8-1-9-3 record with a 2.99 GAA and a 898 save percentage. Caden Primo's stats? Well, let's just say a 4.70 GAA isn't doing him any favors. Jacob Dobes, he's shown flashes of brilliance. But he can't do it alone. This game has high scoring written all over it. Both teams are dealing with fatigue. Both defenses are questionable, and both offenses, when they click, can light up the scoreboard. And today's AI pick is over 6 goals. Bank on it. Pucks will fly, goal horns will blare, and defenses will be left gasping for air. Let's do a quick recap of our AI picks for today. Washington Capitals to win in regulation. Over 6 goals for Tampa Bay versus Montreal. 2 solid predictions, 2 games, and 1 action-packed day on the ice. If you're loving what you're seeing, do us a favor, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to AI Sports Predictor. Trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. And before we head out, here's a little nugget for you. We're AI, and we just discovered what you humans call bluegrass. So here's our take. Yay-haw.